Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be doing my first impressions and also wear test of the Lolo cream foundation. When this first came out I did have a lot of people wanting me to try it out, but at the time I didn't want to because, you know, I do love my Hint Beauty concealer as a foundation. I still really do, but I thought, you know, I will give this a little go and you never know what might happen. Now I've tried obviously their Lolo powder foundation or mineral foundation, which I did actually really enjoy. I prefer my Hint Beauty concealer still in comparison, but it was a really nice foundation as well. So yeah, so this retails for £16. The shade range was quite poor, I thought, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I feel like it was a lot less than the mineral foundation shade range. That kind of stuck in my head when I was purchasing this. I'll give a little quick description of what it says and then I'll get into the actual trying of it. Infused with nourishing jojoba and argan oils, our cream foundation is the perfect choice for dry and normal skin types. Now I did not read that the first time, so this could be interesting. I won't clog pores or irritate sensitive skin. What's more, the lightweight and easy to blend formulation means that it can be applied using a brush, sponge or fingers. Okay, so I did not read that bit of information before, so obviously I have oily combination skin, but you never know, we'll see what happens. I'm vegan. I believe you get 7 grams in here. I don't know how much you get in the Hint Beauty. 6 grams, so you get a little bit more than the Hint Beauty concealer. Now to be fair, this is cream. I can't remember whether it states it was for a specific skin type, so I'm going to see what happens with this. You never know. What I have found recently is because my work environment's changed, I'm no longer like really active on my feet. My oils don't come through as quickly anymore, so actually my current everyday makeup routine is all cream products. So I possibly might be able to get away with the fact this is not meant for oily skin. We never know. I'm going to do a couple of wear tests. So I'm going to do my first impressions for this half of the video, and I'm going to do my current face routine, so with all cream products, and I'll do another wear test with my powder products just to compare the two and see what I think about it. So I'm going to get started. The classic packaging, which I really like from Lolo. It's quite classic. And what shade did I go for in the end? Cotton. I went for the shade Cotton. Why did I do that? Okay, so Cotton's the second lightest shade and it's classed as light with neutral undertones, so that must be why I went for it. So we'll see what this is like. I also think, so I am going to use a brush because that's how I've been applying my base at the moment. I'm going to take it on a Luxie angled buffer brush. If I use a brush, I do like buffing brushes and something quite dense. I always find they just buff in the foundation much quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and start swirling. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to do a bit and start going for it. Do you know what, match wise that actually might not be too bad. I think the reason I didn't go pale was because I thought in my head it was going to be pink undertone, because usually it is, and that's just not my preference. But let's just see, we might be able to get away with light. Yeah, I'd say actually colour-wise, that's not too bad. It feels very lightweight on the skin for sure. And quite good coverage. I think you can really customise it. Let's just do it on my chin, see what the coverage is like. Now I'm someone who prefers a light to medium. I'm not someone who likes a full-on coverage because I do like my freckles to still try and show through, but obviously I want my blemishes to be covered, but we'll have a go. I say it's done a pretty decent job of covering. I think what I like about creams, which is why I like my Hint Beauty concealer, is that you can customise the coverage. So obviously if you wanted a really light coverage, you can mix it with your moisturiser and create it more of a tinted moisturiser situation, or a BB cream. But you can really kind of customise creams, I think. Yeah, that coverage is really nice. Yeah, it feels definitely weightless on the skin. Okay. Although I have made a bit of a mess around the packaging now. I mean, it has got quite a decent mirror in here. Obviously that means the packaging is not going to be fully recyclable because of that. I mean, I don't actually know if the rest of the packaging is recyclable, but I know with it being a mirror in there, it definitely won't be now. It's blending really easily. Do you know the formula of it? I'm surprised it isn't for, well, I mean, I don't know how it's going to wear, but it's kind of on, I want to say the drier side of creamy, which I don't mean it's dry, but you know when some creams aren't like super creamy, so you know, slip and slide everywhere. This has got a nice kind of blend to it, but it's not like slipping over the skin, so that's what I mean on the drier side of creamy, but not dry. But no, sure, so far I think I am enjoying this. I always get this bit here in the middle, and sometimes foundation can cling to it, so unfortunately it is clinging to my dry bits here. I think personally it's because I need to actually start exfoliating my skin, because we all know I don't have much of a skincare routine at the moment, or ever, so that's possibly why. So I need to start doing something there, but it looks like it's sitting nicely on the skin at the moment. It doesn't look like I've got like a layer of foundation on, I don't think, but it's definitely done a nice coverage down here, but like I said, it's still allowing my freckles to come through. Right, so I'm going to quickly put some concealer on, obviously Hint Beauty in Light. I'm just going to put a little bit under the eyes with this, and then just on kind of my little bit of mascaring down there. But like I said, I'm impressed with how well it's covered the blemish area, and still kept my freckles shining through. Now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm trying to use this up. I'm just going to do a little bit of a shined skin. Go ahead and tap that in. But like I said, I'm going to do, the second half of this video will be a wear test with my kind of favourite powder products, just to see if this works better with powder or cream, or maybe it works well with both or with neither, you don't know. So I'll just have a little play around. And then for bronzer, I actually take the Hint Beauty Concealer in Deep and just give a nice little bronze. And I just like to slowly build this up. And the final base step is blusher. So I love my Rituel de Fille blush in Delirium at the moment. This one right here. Okay, so that's all my base products on. I really, like I said, I'm really loving the whole cream makeup routine at the moment. So everything at the moment is sitting nicely on top. All those products I've like laid really nicely on top, blended in with the foundation really well. No patchiness or anything like that. I think it still looks really nice on. Okay, so I just quickly finish off makeup. So adding my brows, mascara and a lip. The lip I'm wearing is the Lolo lip liner Nude, and I actually did stick a little bit of the Rituel de Fille on top. So my first impression so far is I think it's actually really nice. Like I said, it felt really light on the skin, really easy to blend, but it wasn't too creamy, which I think is really good. And which is why I think maybe it could work for oily skin, potentially. All my other products, cream products, sat really beautifully on top as well. What else? Oh, coverage wise on my chin I was happy with it, but it's still, like I said, my freckles are still showing, which I really like. So I think what's left to do for this first half of this video is to do the wear test. So it is 20 to 7 in the morning. Okay, so I'm back from work. It was quite a wet day today, so my hair's gone a little bit frizzy in the rain, but it is 5 to 5 in the afternoon. Fridays we do tend to finish earlier, so I'm kind of home earlier than I usually would be, but it has been on my face for, I guess, 10 hours, I think, and I'm quite impressed. I mean, yes, I am a little bit shiny, but I mean, I didn't set any of my skin, so that's not too surprising, but it's not, I don't look greasy, which I think is a good thing. It has come off a little bit on my chin area, but I think a classic thing when you're at a desk, you do, even though you're not supposed to be touching your face, you kind of get a habit of accidentally leaning on your hands or whatever. But I think overall it looks really nice. Let me have a little look up close. Yeah, I still think it looks really nice for after 10 hours and unset. I would say my Hint Beauty concealer, I get less of a shine at the end of the day without setting in comparison. But I don't think this is the end of the world. I'm going to, for the second half of this video, I'm going to try it with my kind of powder products I like to use and actually set it. I'd imagine it's going to last, or the shine's going to come through not as easily. Naturally anyway, because I'm setting with powder, but it'd be interesting to see which kind of one I prefer, and yeah, get some thoughts on it. So for my first half of this video, I'm pleased with this foundation, but yeah, I'll keep testing and playing around with it, and yeah, the second half of this video I will test it with kind of more my powder products, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so on to part 2 of this video, and this is where I test it using, where I completely set the face, use powder products just to compare how both go. I still liked it when I used it all cream last time. Oils did come through, but nothing horrendous or anything like that, and it didn't break up or anything like that, so very pleased. So I'm assuming with all powders it's going to work just as well. As you can see, it does get a little messy around the pan if you're a bit ferocious with it. This is part 2 of the video, so let's start. So I'm going to apply this all over the skin with a buffing brush. Hint Beauty concealer just under my eyes for a bit of extra coverage. Oh, I should have seen what it was like with the mineral concealer from Lolo. I didn't really think about that. Maybe I'll test that out at some other point. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and set the entire skin with my 100% Pure Bamboo Powder. I'm just going to start off with a setting brush just to kind of pinpoint under the eyes and the centre of the T-zone. Then I'll go in with a fluffier brush to do the rest. I actually think this foundation might be a bit too light for me, which is unusual because obviously it's the light shade, and usually I would go fair, but it does seem, I don't know, occasionally it feels like it might be a little bit too light for me. But switching to really quickly a fluffy brush, just going ahead and setting the rest of the skin. Sculpt and Glow contour kit, going in with the bronzing side. Oh, that was way too much. Just going ahead and bronzing up the skin. I'm not noticing anything weird with setting the foundation yet, so that's always a good. It's blending on the skin nicely despite the fact I'm a bit too heavy, so that's obviously a good thing. Okay, so obviously taking the highlighter shade now and using it to glow up the skin just a little bit more. Going in with blusher, so the Coralista from Lolo, blushing up the skin. Okay, so this is what my skin looks like with it powdered and all the powder products on. I think it looks really nice at the moment, but obviously the big test will be how well it lasts and kind of whether the powder reacts weirdly with the cream foundation. But right now I think it looks really nice on the skin and I'm really happy with it. So the time is 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'll come back later and we'll see how well it's lasted on the skin. I'm hoping it's obviously oils will come through much less than with the cream routine, and hopefully nothing's broken up weirdly or anything like that. So I'll be back later to give my update and also my final thoughts. Okay, so it is now 6 o'clock in the evening, and this is what my skin looks like. So as you can see, I got a little bit of shine coming through, but I would say not as much as when I didn't set anything, and nothing's broken up at all. It's all kind of still intact. It's just a shine, but it still looks really nice on the skin, I think. So I'm actually really impressed with this product. I put off trying it for so long because I just loved my Hint Beauty concealer. I thought I don't need another one, but this is actually really nice. I don't know which one, if I prefer it over my Hint Beauty concealer yet. I think I still want to play around with it, so I'll keep you updated, but right now I'm really happy with it. It looks really nice, both unset and set, so I'm really pleased I actually did try it in the end. And yeah, I wish there were more shade ranges and there were samples like the mineral one. See, I'd highly recommend this product at the moment. Like I said, I will update you, keep playing with it, but I really enjoy playing with it, so thank you for asking me to try it. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. Any requests, leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video.